Hey guys, Mono here, and this is 6 Days in Fallujah, a game I'm sure a lot of you have heard about. I had some issues getting the game up and running during the first few days that it was out due to some audio bugs, but I finally got to jump in and play during the weekend. I was lucky enough to get into a squad with none other than Nano from YouTube fame. Some of that footage is on his channel in his latest video. So yeah, this is a fairly cool game. It's a single player co-op tactical shooter. It's not PvP, and apparently it will never be PvP. So it's really about going against the enemy AI and clearing out buildings and accomplishing specific mission objectives. One thing this game gets right is that it really does nail that paranoia that comes from intense house-to-house fighting in this destroyed, bombed-out city, where it doesn't matter where you take cover, it seems like you're always exposed to a dozen little windows and shooting holes and broken down walls where the enemy can shoot you from. So you very much experience that of not knowing where the enemy is or where they can attack you from at any given moment. And what makes it even more unique and distressing than other games like, for example, Ready or Not, is that this game has procedurally generated environments and missions. So you don't get to pick what mission you want to play and what environment you want to play in. That's randomized every single time. So you can't learn the layout of a level to find the best way to move around or the best way to clear that specific level or good angles to take cover from. It's different every single time. Obviously, it's limited by the pool of assets that they have in game memory, basically, and the way that those can be chained and linked together. But it does make it inherently more replayable than something like Ready or Not, with the difference then Ready or Not has levels that look and play very, very differently from one another, while Fallujah is obviously limited to this specific scenario. Though it is a single player game, right now it's really only co-op because there are no friendly AI teammates right now, so there's pretty much no way you'll be able to clear out any mission entirely on your own because you do require other people, and it is a fairly difficult game. Taking a look at the roadmap, however, they are looking to add AI teammates this year, as well as more mission variables and more variety in terms of weather and the times of day that you play in. Next year, they'll be adding the first story campaign mission, as well as adding civilians into the different mission environments, which is definitely going to change the gameplay quite a bit, because right now, it doesn't really matter. You can just shoot at everything that moves. So that's going to change down the line, and it's going to make it even harder. Now, one of the key features of a game like this is going to be the enemy AI, which needs to be fairly realistic but not too punishing or unpredictable that it ends up making the game too hard to enjoy. In that regard, it's a bit of a hit or miss situation. They can be absolutely brutal when they get the jump on you from an angle that you didn't expect, taking you out in a split second, but they can also be pretty dumb, and you'll see them rushing in through the same door where you just killed 5 or 6 of them in a row, ignoring the pile of bodies that is at the doorstep and other obvious signs of instant death, and they just go through that same exact path where they are obviously going to get killed, and they don't seem to react to your flashlight either, or apparently your footsteps, since I've been able to get behind them really close with my flashlight on and have them just stay there looking away from me. It's not the best, but it does a fair enough job at being a threat when you need to go around clearing an objective. They also do react to your microphone, which is actually a very, very cool feature that this game has. Your microphone is open at all times, so proximity chat is always on. You can hit spacebar to use your radio, which is a bit of a weird keybind, but regardless, when you speak, even unintentionally, the enemy AI can and will hear you, which is just the coolest feature. The whole microphone integration thing is actually very well done and makes it an absolute necessity to play with a microphone and headphones. You really don't want to be using something like Discord or something like that, because when you speak on the radio, there's these cool radio sounds, and the proximity chat is very well done, as it will be hard to listen someone through a wall or something like that. So yeah, it is a fantastic game to play with friends. You need to actually try to win and be coordinated and play smart and all of that. Otherwise, you get absolutely destroyed. But there's also plenty of hilarious moments revolving around friendly fire, unexpected vehicles blowing up, and more. In fact, I want to talk about that for a second. There's IED vehicles, so basically trucks that are rigged to blow, and those will start driving towards you out of seemingly nowhere. Some missions have them as a specific mission objective where you need to defend a convoy against these vehicles, but they can also spawn at random on, I think, any mission, and they are absolutely terrifying because you'll be checking a corner and you'll hear one of these trucks getting closer and closer, and you need to shoot them to blow them up before they get to you, because otherwise it's too late, and by the time you blow them up, they will kill you as well, even if you're behind a wall or something. And you can't just shoot out the driver, which is kind of a weird decision, because, you know, you'd think in a realistic kind of game, you'd be able to shoot the driver off and have the vehicle just veer away from you or something, but you just have to shoot the vehicle and have it explode. But regardless, they are absolutely terrifying and a very cool and unique gameplay element that I haven't seen in basically any other game. So overall, the game is a lot of fun. I do recommend it if you're looking for something to play with a bunch of friends, or if you're going to be jumping into different discords to look for other players. I really wouldn't recommend it if you're looking for something to play on your own, as it pretty much requires co-op, and at 40 bucks, it's a bit on the expensive side for what it is, because there's not a huge amount of content, and considering games like BattleBit are 15 bucks, you know, there is that comparison to make. It is procedurally generated, so technically it does have an infinite amount of content, but the general mission layout and gameplay is very similar every time. It is enjoyable, it is fun, but it is kind of samey. It's basically a military style Ready or Not with less map variety. One thing that I forgot to mention is that there's different loadouts for each squad member. The squad leader gets a grenade launcher, and then you have a guy with an MG, a guy with a shotgun, and a kid which is pretty standard with a rifle. So there are different roles which have different tools, but it's not as different as, for example, there being a sniper class and other non-sniper classes. So it's a very enjoyable game. Very few bugs that I encountered while playing, some textures being wrong and stuff like that, but nothing major since the latest patch. So yeah, it's a game where you need to play slowly and carefully to make it out alive, but also go pretty fast in order to clear the missions in the allotted time frame. So there's that risk-reward thing where you can't really clear out every single house, and even if you do, new enemies will spawn around you, so you're never really truly safe pretty much anywhere. You always have to keep your guard up, and you gotta check your angles, because if you're distracted for a few seconds, that could just completely wipe your squad out. So yeah guys, I'll leave you with some gameplay. Let me know what you think down in the comment section, and as always, thank you for watching, and I hope I will catch you in the next one.
Stand by, do we go to that green building, all of us, or do we split?
Green trim building on the northwest. Let's get two guys up there. Whoever's the saw, stay on the main road with me. Okay, I'm coming.
Nado, behind!
The other two, go to this building to the northwest.
Vehicle inbound, main route, north of convoy.
I'm clearing the building.
I got multiple insurgents crossing the road south of the convoy.
Engaged, but we're working on getting you some help. Stand by. Whatever you said, send it.
Hey, Social, push this building on the northwest here. We'll hold the main route. That'll be like...
Vehicle inbound alley, south side, south side.
Southern alley.
Well, I am carrying 800 rounds, so...
Oh, it's right here, it's right here! Nice. Nice one, nice one.
Grenade prepped?
Yeah, go.
Okay. Grenade?
My FPS is like
Wait, wait, wait.
need to reload. Go on the left.
Straight, Mono, watch straight. I'm going right. Watch straight. Do not turn.
Roger.
Right clear. Alright, you go forward. Stop at the next door. I'm right behind you.
I'm
You
heading
wanna
up to
breach
the
it?
second
Yeah.
slash
I'll be over your
third
shoulder.
floor.
Knock it. One more.
Okay, I found a Russian testing door.
Alright, stand by, stand by. Right window here. I got him, he's down. Go in and go left. I'm watching it straight.
Did you go up the stairs, Russ?
Yeah, upstairs.
I'm hit. Fucking damn it, Mono. This is the second time you killed me.